بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم أخرجنا من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمنا بنور الفهم، وافتح علينا بمعرفة العلم، وسهل أخلاقنا بالحلم، واجعلنا ممن يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this course, which is intended to serve as an introductory gateway to Islamic philosophy. Inshallah, before we begin our study, I'd like to ask two things from everyone who joins this course or watch this course. Let me share screen to see the two things and to share things with you. So this is an introduction, مدخل, introduction to Islamic philosophy. And I want to ask you for two things. First is the inner calm with intellectual passion. I mean psychological calmness and cognitive boiling, because a calm mind is capable of carefully examining even the most complex questions, using reasons and reflections. At the same time, a genuine intellectual curiosity, the desire to know and to understand, enables the students to explore ideas deeply and engage with difficult philosophical debates. For this reason, my personal slogan, both in this course and outside this course in intellectual life, is generally don't rush to answers and never let your curiosity die. Philosophy rewards patience. Many of its questions cannot be answered quickly, and serious understanding often requires time, reflections, and patience. So, this is the first thing. The second thing I want to ask you is seeking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help and maintaining sincerity. الإخلاص والاستعانة بالله سبحانه وتعالى. Why? Because once you opens the door of philosophy, it can feel as though one has entered the middle of a vast ocean. Ideas become numerous, subtle, and sometimes difficult to navigate. Intellectual ability alone is not always enough. Clarity and guidance are also needed. So, scholars of Islamic tradition repeatedly emphasized that true understanding ultimately comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why I need to tell you what the famous theologian and philosopher Fakhruddin al-Razi said. He expressed this idea beautifully when he said, human intellects are unsettled, truth is difficult, and ideas often become confused. Only few people are completely free from error. Therefore, guidance and realization of truth, attainment of truth, can only occur through the help and the direction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because of the difficulty of this matter, even Sayyiduna Musa alayhi salam, after hearing the self-speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the divine speech, he said, رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. So all people seek guidance and try to avoid misguidance. Yet many still fall into error. This shows that true knowledge and guidance ultimately come from only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's about the introduction. Before we start our lesson one, let me give you highlights of what are we going to see in this course, the course structure. This course is divided into three main sections. Section one, or part one, is an introduction to philosophy. And in this section, we're going to answer 5 questions. Question number 1, what is philosophy? Question number 2, how did philosophy originate? Question number 3, how did philosophy enter the Islamic world? Question number 4, what are the main branches of philosophy? Question number 5 is, what are the benefits of philosophical inquiry? That's for section 1. For section 2, we're going to discuss the schools of Islamic philosophy. We're going to discuss and talk about the peripatetic school, المدرسة المشائية, the theological school, المدرسة الكلامية, and the mystical school, المدرسة العرفانية أو الصوفية, and the illuminationist school, المدرسة الإشراقية. And in section 3, we're going to discuss philosophical topics. In this section, we're going to find only 2 lessons. Lesson 1 is physics, which is natural philosophy. And lesson 2 is metaphysics, which is the theology. Okay. Today, in this, now we're going to start with part 1, which is introduction to philosophy. And in part 1, lesson 1 is answering this question: what is philosophy? So let's share screen and begin our lesson. Bismillah. So lesson 1 is answering the question, the very important question: what is philosophy? In this lesson, this lesson contains 2 main topics: the origin of the word philosophy, and topic number 2 is the definition of philosophy. So let's start with topic 1, the origin of philosophy, the word philosophy. In Arabic, the word philosophy, we say falsafa. Falsafa is a word borrowed from the Greek language. In Greek, the word falsafa, or the word philosophy, is composed of 2 parts: philos, or philo, which means lover or friendship, and the word sophia, meaning wisdom. Combining those together, that will gives you the lover of wisdom or the love of wisdom. So the literal meaning of philosophy is the lover of wisdom or love of wisdom. And there's no complete agreement among historians about who first used this title to describe himself. Some scholars say it was Pythagoras, this famous Greek mathematician known for the geometric theorem that bears his name. Others argue that it was Socrates, who preferred the title philosopher in order to distinguish himself from the sophists who called themselves philos or wise men or teachers of wisdom. So he wanted to distinguish himself from the sophists. Uh, yeah. So this is um, the origin of the word philosophy, falsafa. Let's move to topic two, which is the definition of philosophy. Okay. Philosophers have proposed many definitions of philosophy. So in this course, we need only to examine two of the most influential ones. Let's start with the definition Plato gave. Plato defined philosophy as the study of true reality beyond the world of appearance. The study of true reality, or the science of true uh, existence, detached from the world of phenomena or beyond the world of appearance. However, Aristotle strongly criticized this definition. He rejected Plato's tendency towards abstract separation from the material and observable world. Aristotle instead defined philosophy as the study of being qua being, or the search of being, or the search of existence as it is by the virtue of what it is. In other words, philosophy, according to Aristotle, investigates existence itself simply insofar as it exists. So, if we focused here in this table, we're going to see that Plato, he had his tendency towards abstract separation from the materialistic world, the observable world. However, Aristotle, he said, okay, let's wait here. We don't need to propose anything at the very beginning of our search. We need to be clear from any thoughts. We need to be empty and without any cognitive biases. And then we're going to find if there is any separation, a separated world from this materialistic and observable world or not. That's why he said the philosophy is the study of being, qua being. So Plato focused on abstract and beyond phenomena. However, Aristotle, he started from here, from down earth, from tangible and material reality. Um, Actually, if we if we looked to the Islamic philosophy, we're going to see that the Aristotle definition became highly influential in the Islamic philosophical tradition. Um, and the definition of Aristotle dominated the Islamic intellectual heritage. Um, yes, we know that during the European Enlightenment, we saw a lot of definitions of philosophy, multiplied and diversified. But because our focus in this course is Islamic philosophy and the classical philosophical tradition, we will not explore those definitions, the later definitions of European era or European philosophy. We're going to focus only on what we're going to see in Islamic studies. This is for lesson one. Um, and inshallah, in lesson two, we're going to answer question number two. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.